I stood at the edge of Everwood, a small town tucked away in the heart of nowhere, as the colorful lights of a traveling carnival flickered on the horizon. The scent of popcorn and cotton candy filled the air, and the distant sound of laughter carried in the wind. But beneath the captivating facade, there was an uncanny sense of anticipation that sent shivers down my spine. My name is Detective Landon Chase, and I had seen my share of mysteries, but something about this carnival gave me a gut feeling that this would not be an ordinary case. Everwood had always been a quiet and peaceful place, but now, with the arrival of the carnival, an unsettling aura seemed to envelop the town. As I walked closer to the carnival grounds, the sights and sounds intensified. A towering Ferris wheel loomed against the night sky, its lights illuminating the darkness like a beacon. Colorful tents lined the path, each offering a unique spectacle to entice the curious townspeople. The cabinet of curiosities featured bizarre oddities, while the tent of illusions promised mesmerizing magic shows. But it was the grand carousel, adorned with intricate carvings of mythical creatures, that drew my attention. Children laughed and squealed as they rode the painted horses, and parents smiled indulgently, caught in the enchantment of the moment. I approached the carousel, taking in the swirling lights and the whimsical tunes that accompanied its motion. Just as I was about to lose myself in the nostalgic charm of the ride, a frantic mother caught my eye. Tears streamed down her face, her hands trembling as she clutched a faded photograph of a young girl. "Please, have you seen my daughter?" she pleaded, her voice quivering with worry. I introduced myself as Detective Landon Chase and assured her that I would do everything I could to help. She explained that her daughter, Emily, had been riding the carousel just moments ago, and when the ride came to a stop, she was gone. "I searched everywhere," the mother sobbed, "but she's nowhere to be found." I patted her shoulder reassuringly, promising that I would find Emily. My instincts told me that something was amiss at this carnival, and I could not shake the feeling that it held secrets far beyond the captivating performances. Determined to find the underlying cause of the mystery, I decided to delve deeper into the world of the carnival. I wandered past the other attractions, trying to make sense of the peculiar atmosphere that seemed to intensify with each step. As I approached the main tent, a figure emerged from the shadows. She was a woman of captivating beauty, with long flowing dark hair and mysterious eyes that held centuries of knowledge. Her name, I soon discovered, was Madame Zara, the enigmatic owner of the carnival. Madame Zara welcomed me with a gracious smile, her voice a soft, melodic whisper. There was an air of confidence about her, as though she knew the secrets of the universe and had revealed their mystery. "Ah, Detective Chase," she said, her voice like a siren's call. "I've been expecting you." Surprised by her knowledge of my presence, I asked how she knew who I was. "Oh, I know many things," she replied with a cryptic smile. "The winds whisper secrets and the shadows tell tales." Her words sent a chill down my spine. There was something otherworldly about Madame Zara, something that defied explanation. I could not put my finger on it, but I knew that this carnival and its enigmatic owner held the key to the vanishing children. Madame Zara gestured toward a small, elaborately decorated tent adjacent to the main one. "Come, Detective Chase, step inside. There are matters we must discuss," she said, her voice soft yet commanding. I followed her into the tent, and as I crossed the threshold, a sudden gust of wind swept through the canvas walls, making the dimly lit interior flicker with an ethereal glow. The tent seemed larger on the inside, creating an illusion of infinite space. Shelves filled with curious trinkets and arcane objects lined the walls, and in the center of the room stood an ornate table adorned with tarot cards and a crystal ball. "I see you're a woman of many talents," I remarked, trying to keep my composure. Madame Zara's lips curled into a knowing smile. "The carnival has its secrets, Detective, as do we all. Now tell me, what brings you to Moonlight Carnival?" I recounted the distraught mother's plea for help in finding her missing daughter, Emily. Madame Zara listened intently, her eyes locked onto mine as if trying to decipher the truth beneath the words. "The vanishing children," she mused, her voice carrying an enigmatic tone. Her cryptic remark sent a shiver down my spine. I could not help but wonder if she held the answers I sought. "Do you know anything about these disappearances?" I asked cautiously. Madame Zara's gaze pierced my soul. "The carnival is a realm where the ordinary and extraordinary converge," she said, her voice almost hypnotic. "In this place of wonder, shadows can sometimes dance with light, and mysteries unfold in the most unexpected ways. Her words left me more puzzled than before, but I sensed she knew more than she was letting on. "Are you implying that the carnival participates in the disappearances?" I pressed. Madame Zara's eyes sparkled with an enigmatic glimmer.
My dear detective, there's more to the world than meets the eye. Everwood's children have merely glimpsed the wonders that lie beyond the veil. But fear not, for I shall assist you in your quest to find them.
I hesitated, unsure if I could trust her. Yet the urgency to find the missing children pushed me to seek her guidance. "Please, Madame Zara, any information you can provide will be invaluable." She nodded, and with a graceful motion she swept her hand over the crystal ball. Images began to form on its surface, images of children laughing, the carousel spinning, and a shadowy figure lurking in the corners. "These visions will guide you," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Beware of the shadows that linger in the carnival's heart, for they hold the secrets you seek." I studied the images, trying to make sense of their meaning. But before I could ask for clarification, Madame Zara spoke again.
Time is of the essence, Detective Chase. The night is young, and the moonlight carnival has many wonders to unveil.
With those words, I found myself outside the tent once more, the images still fresh in my mind. As I stepped back into the colorful chaos of the carnival, I could not shake the feeling that I had just brushed against a realm beyond comprehension. As the moon climbed higher in the night sky, I delved deeper into the mysteries of the moonlight carnival. Armed with the visions Madame Zara had provided, I kept a watchful eye on every corner, searching for any clues that would lead me to the missing children. The carousel continued to spin, its hypnotic melodies drawing more children to its magical allure. Yet, a growing unease settled within me as I realized that each new ride carried with it the risk of another child vanishing into the shadows. I decided to focus my investigation on the carousel and the shadowy figure I had glimpsed in the crystal ball. I could not shake the feeling that there was something more to this innocent ride than meeting the eye. As I circled the carousel, observing each child as they boarded the horses, my attention was drawn to a peculiar-looking puppeteer standing nearby. His eyes seemed to glint with an unnatural intensity, and he appeared overly eager to engage with the children. My instincts told me that he might hold the key to the disappearances. Approaching him discreetly, I struck up a conversation. He introduced himself as Mr. Pickett, a traveling performer who brought his puppet show to delight the carnival's visitors. "Quite a lively night, isn't it?" I said, trying to gauge his reaction. Mr. Pickett grinned, his lips curling into an unsettling smile.
"Indeed, Detective. The carnival is a magical place where dreams come true and fantasies take flight."
His response only deepened my suspicion, and I decided to press further. "Tell me, have you noticed anything unusual happening around the carousel?" Mr. Pickett's demeanor shifted slightly, and for a moment, a flicker of nervousness crossed his face.
"Unusual? Oh no, Detective. Everything is just as it should be. A carousel is a place of joy and laughter after all."
But I was not convinced. The puzzle pieces were falling into place, and the shadows were slowly being unmasked. I thanked Mr. Pickett for his time and decided to investigate him further. Using the carnival's network of performers and staff, I discreetly gathered information about Mr. Pickett. To my surprise, he was new to the carnival, having joined just before the mysterious disappearances began. The night wore on, and as the carnival buzzed with excitement, I remained vigilant, waiting for an opportunity to catch Mr. Pickett in the act. Then, as the clock struck midnight, I saw him leading a group of children toward the carousel. It was the moment I had been waiting for. Keeping a safe distance, I observed as he manipulated the strings of his puppets with an unsettling sense of control. As the carousel began its mesmerizing rotation, I noticed a subtle shift in the shadows beneath the horses. With a heart pounding in my chest, I followed the trail of those shadows and discovered a hidden compartment beneath one of the horses. To my horror, it contained a secret passage leading away from the carousel. As Mr. Pickett guided the children to their seats, I noticed one young boy hesitating before boarding. A chill ran down my spine as I realized that he was on the verge of becoming the next victim. Without a moment to spare, I rushed forward, shouting for the boy to stay away from the carousel. But it was too late. As he stepped onto the horse, a hidden mechanism activated, and the compartment door closed behind him. With adrenaline coursing through my veins, I sprinted to the carousel, determined to save the boy from the clutches of darkness. Pulling with all my strength, I managed to pry open the compartment just in time. The boy emerged, frightened but unharmed, and I pulled him to safety. Mr. Pickett's facade crumbled as he realized his sinister plan had been foiled. Panic etched across his face as he attempted to flee, but I swiftly apprehended him, placing him under arrest for his vile deeds. The carnival came to a standstill as the truth behind the disappearances became known. The townspeople watched in shock as Mr. Pickett was led away, and I ensured that every child was reunited with their families. In the days that followed, the Moonlight Carnival closed its gates for the final time. The shadows that had once haunted Everwood were banished, and the town slowly returned to its tranquil self. As I left Everwood, I could not help but think about the mysteries of the world, how shadows can mask darkness, and how even in the most enchanting places, the truth can be shrouded in uncertainty. But thanks to my determination and the guidance of Madame Zara, the vanishing carnival was exposed, and the children of Everwood were safe once more. And so, my time in Everwood ended, but the memories of the Moonlight Carnival's mysteries would forever linger in my mind. As I drove away, I knew that wherever there were shadows and secrets, there would be a need for Detective Landon Chase, the seeker of truth in the darkness.